Hey, what's up everybody? It's Mike B with Bombero Bus VW, and today I'll be putting on this CB Performance billet pulley onto Jimi Hendrix the 65 Bug. But first, me and Roxanne and Jimi Hendrix would like to say we hope you had a Merry Christmas and will have a very happy New Year. I'd also like to say thanks to everyone for us reaching 1,000 subscribers. That's pretty special. We all watch YouTube videos, but to actually hit subscribe and go out of your way to do that is something special. So thanks for that. So I'll take a minute to talk about why I still have this stockish style setup on here instead of the serpentine pulley, and some things I may or may not like about that. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not a big fan of the serpentine pulleys. Everybody knows that there's no slipping on those. First of all, as a daily driver, I don't want anything extra. I don't want an extra tensioner or bearing in there that can go out. Not to mention that, these were designed to slip. So you get up at a high RPM and this isn't slipping, your fan's spinning too fast and the stock one could blow up on you, especially if you're running the bigger engines. Just not a fan of them. They look cool, but I prefer this, and especially on a daily, I'm going to keep this going. Now, I do love these pulleys here. I've appreciated having some form of degree pulley. Now, this is the Santana style pulley that I got from CB as well. But let me get back to the pulleys. It's really about this one up here. Everything is riding on this belt. I mean, it's air-cooled, which is driven by this belt. And you just can't afford to have any errors in this area. So the only thing I'm concerned about is I've had troubles in the past having this top pulley stay lined up and true with the one on the crank. So now I'm in a happy place. And of course, anytime you change anything on these engines, you could be opening a can of worms that leads you down to, 2 or 3 rabbit holes. So I'm hoping that I can just put that CB billet one on there, everything stay lined up true and have no issues. I'm hoping it's like just a little 10-minute ordeal, and then I get to reap the benefits of that. So, let me throw it on there and see how it goes. And there's a little slot up here on the back of the pulley. So when this screwdriver goes in, there's a stop somewhere in that area. And I'll stick the screwdriver in there and I'll start turning counterclockwise, boom, and it hit that stop. So now that's going to stay there, and I'll be able to unlock this nut. It's usually not that tight, but it's pretty cold out here. And that's it. We'll get that off. I'm going to count the spacers here just to make sure, or see if it made any difference. I'll see how many shims I'm running here. I've had this belt for a while, so supposed to have 10 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here on the outside, which means I should have 3 on the inside. And like I said, that's just proof of how long I've had this belt, and it's stretched out a bit. So that off. Get those pulleys out. Okay guys, so just like I thought this was being really stubborn, I had to use a little WD in there, and I have it kind of loose now. But I wanted to show you that there's a woodruff key that you want to have pointing up when you pull this off. Should have some sort of magnetism to it, but you just don't want it to drop down in there and you have to fish around for it. But this thing was really stubborn in the cold, and I wanted to, take it off with some finesse. Don't want to beat this out around or anything like that. It's still a good spare part. Keep it on there. And there's the woodruff key up top that I was talking about. Now that one's set in there pretty good, so it didn't have any desire to drop out of there. And it looks to be in good shape. That's one of the things you want to check, is that key getting worn out, that woodruff key, prematurely. And that's what was happening on the bus for me some time ago, and it was because the key didn't fit good, and you want to be checking this groove. If you can see that groove, see how nice and square that is? So that thing can get out of shape as well, and it'll cause too much play, so to speak, when this turns. And this one appears to be in good shape, so that's a really good quality piece anyway. That's a VW1, and I'll keep it for a backup. All right, let's get the new one on there. Oh man, that is a really good quality piece that I can feel. Let's just put it back in the reverse order we got it. You got my keyway slot there, Woodruff keys upright position, so we'll slide that on. No need for shims yet. All right, so it slid onto that Woodruff key. I'm just gonna give it a couple of little taps, make sure it's bottomed out, because you can see I don't have enough thread showing here yet. All right, that's as far as she wants to go. So you saw these spacers. One thing they send you with that kit is some new ones. So I'm going to start with 4 on the inside. And then we'll put 6 on the outside. They send you 10, just like you should have in total. That feels way loose. And one thing I am noticing is, you know, it's no big deal, but I just took this out of the wrapper and, you know, didn't touch it, very careful. And, you know, I can see there's a couple of scrapes through the paint here when I took it out of the package. I know you can't see it, but, you know, there's that. So, but hey, no big deal. Let them get away with one every now and then. Now I'm just going to start hand tightening on this and waiting to see if this belt tightens up to a point that it starts turning a little bit, and it's not. So, you know, this is going to be too loose. I'm going to have to take some more spacers out from the inside. Shims. Okay, I put the new one on. Looks good. Tension feels good, but the difference is, whereas I had, you know, 3 shims left on the inside of this pulley, I have none now. All 10 are out here. For some reason, the belt fits different on this pulley. So there you go. Already something that didn't need to be messed with. I had 3 shims left to go as far as adjustment. And I mean, I needed to start thinking about a new belt anyway, but now there's 0 tolerance for it. Should this stretch out any further, I've got no more shims to use. So already having to look into a new belt. Hey, there you go again with the, if it ain't broke, why you trying to fix it? But man, let me start it up, see how it goes, and just accept the fact that I need to get a new belt anyway. So that's it. No big upgrade, no big deal. Just a little something I got for Christmas. I'm gonna take it for a run now and test it out, of course. Go get some gas, but that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. Haven't seen you guys in a while. Had a lot going on at work, and you know, it's been the holidays. So if this video helped you, feel free to like and subscribe. Again, I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, and I know you're gonna have a great New Year. So get out there, dub daily, and drive them.